So I'm talking about the story that's saving the world. And you only watch this video if you're ready to use your real intelligence and you want to help the world and do better for yourself.
John Myers has remarkably confronted the challenges of our time. Through his journey, John developed the philosophy that our goodness is strength. Together, we will change the world.
So why my story could help the world, could save the world, is that we're in a psychological, spiritual struggle right now. And there's a great confusion on a lot of people's parts, between values of the past and energies of the present and future. And I have a unique story. And one of the key points is that we have to keep our values of the past as imperfect, as inadequately at times as we actuated them. And we have to meld those with the energies of the future. Okay, and the reason my story can do this, and I go back into this notion of, in Scranton, Pennsylvania, I had 4 grandparents, 2 grandmothers who lived over 100 years each, and they lived back to back on Madison and Monroe Avenues in Scranton, the blocks run by the presidents. And my parents, carried forth a lot of that energy of second generation immigrants. And so I was instilled with these really deep values. Now, of course, like in 4th grade, our school, 3rd or 4th grade, whatever, our school merged with the Washington School, and lots of African-American students came in. And I felt, diversity was one of the great teachers of my life, to have this melding, this diverse school population and all that. And my work has always been involved in, economic development for all diverse populations, all this stuff, young people. Anyway, so I had these very traditional roots. And now, when we get into this situation, we have all this energy about change and all kinds of populations of people and identities and all that. The key is not to choose between, a lot of people just want to move right to this new stuff and cut off our past. And then there's people maybe stuck in the past who don't want to, embrace new things. And the key is we've got to meld them, as I say. We've got to bring the two together. And my story is so unique in that way that we can't lose. My family itself has had real challenges in terms of confusion and not recognizing that a good part of what they did was good stuff. They just want to, people get temptations of money, whatever, all kinds of things, and fall into faulty values. And so I'm saying, because I had this really unique beginning, we've got to instill and uphold these moral values of the past while making the adaptations and changes of the present and future. And I think very few people on earth, if any, have had this unique experience that I've had such an intense beginning. And the irony, too, is that I wasn't stuck in that beginning. Like when I was 12 years old, as I'll mention later, my parents sent me out to New York to play in chess tournaments and thrust me onto the football field at Scranton Central along with my basketball stuff. So it's like I was always pushed out anyway, to be a man on the field, as Teddy Roosevelt talks about, the man in the arena. So, but that's the key. That's why my message and my work could save the world, because we can't have false divisions. And so much of society is going through false divisions right now. So we have to keep the values, the principles of equality, fairness, that we get it. We never really adequately enacted. But it's, as Martin Luther King himself said, it's a progression. The moral arc of the universe bends towards justice. So the progression, the pain of the struggle and all this. And now this quickness, the internet and all kinds of new imaging and all this kind of thing, but we can't choose one or the other, and we can't only go with the new. The new must be anchored with those values. And that's what my life is about. So And check out our website. You get the coaching, training, and mediation.